is a work I made in Paris, in France. Normally, when I start with a project, it's usually because I have an idea of how a work can make some sort of impact, you know, can start like a conversation. And I was living in Paris for a residency, and around my studio, I was staying in the very center of the city, you know, and around my studio there was like hundreds of people sleeping on the streets just around where I was. But it was also the area, it was also a very central and very touristic area, and just from my studio I could see like a few streets that had like streetwear shops, you know, like this sort of hype beast kind of pop stuff. They would sell like sneakers and stuff like that. And essentially these shops would sell streetwear and street culture. And there was a big crowd of people that was coming to these shops and like showrooms. They were queuing sometimes for like the new exclusive collection of Kanye West sneakers and stuff like that. Anyway, so I was seeing that every day, but just in front of the shops, there was many people sleeping on the ground outside, and I would see these people every day. Like, I started to know some of them, and it was just such a big contrast. It made an impression on me. Essentially, pop culture that was being sold, and like all the people that were coming from everywhere to buy it, you know, to get a piece of that fancy, flashy stuff, and then looking at those people just there at the same place. It was like, and no one's looking at them, you know. So I started thinking about how can I take this view, essentially this scene that's there, that's everywhere around me. How can I take this scene and represent the same thing, but in a way that people would want to look at it? What would that look like, you know? And so it's a work about homelessness. It's a work that looks to spark conversation about, you know, society and life in the cities, like life around us. But it looks very much like a pop culture cartoon stuff, because that's what I found to be a good way to go about it. So the show features basically the whole process from the start of the idea. I started taking pictures of these people and sketching them. So there's like the first drawings, the first sketches, and then from there I would try to create this sort of character. And I've studied graphic design, so it's something I use in my artwork, you know, to make a logo or a graphic. You take it, basically you repeat the same thing over and over and over again, so that you simplify it, so that you get like in the end you get a simple thing that has nothing extra. And then you have a clean, nice, you know, graphic. And I use that in drawing, so I would draw a person, essentially starting from like more realistic type of drawing, and then I would do it again and simplify it, kind of stylize it, so you could see the process in the exhibition from the drawing. There's some repetitive motifs, and then there's a few paintings, and the end goal for me was to find a sculpture, to create a sculpture that I can place outside, like in public space, and see how it interacts with people.